It is my hope that if Chief Craig continues to perform in the future the way he has the last 2 years, James Craig is going to be the Chief of Police of the City of Detroit for many years to come. Congratulations, Chief.
Detroit's police chief, James Craig, is getting a 2-year contract extension. His pay stays at $225,000 a year, no change in salary or benefits, and automatic 1-year extensions if neither party gives 12 months notice.
On top of that, if the chief chooses to leave early, he'll have to pay the city the balance of his contract. And joining us live now from our downtown studio, Chief Craig, to talk about his plans for moving forward. Good afternoon, Chief.
How you doing? Great to see you.
Thank you.
It's a great day.
Yes,
great day in Detroit.
It is a great day.
It is. You know, there's an observation made by many that you're front and center. I mean, we see you out in the streets everywhere, tackling some of the toughest issues on television a lot of the time, right along with all of us. So is that commitment that the mayor made to you today, is that going both ways? Because it certainly appears that way.
Oh, definitely. You know, you really need to be out in front. You know, certainly I've been fortunate, a supportive community, certainly the police officers, the mayor, the city council, all of that matters. And so I'm fortunate. And so being out in front, it really lets the community know I care, and I really care. And so coming home now, I'm in my 38th year, and it's a great feeling.
Let me ask you this, Chief. At this stage, the mayor has commended you over making a dent in crime. I mean, police officers are getting to crime spots a lot quicker, but we still have a long way to go. What's your priority right now? I know you just signed this extension, but what do you want to tackle? What's most important on your list?
Well, you know, it's really the same issues that I saw coming in some 23 months ago. You know, certainly crime is always an issue, and while we can talk about a few successes. You know, the fact that we're still trending down. Overall crime year to date in Detroit's 15% below what it was last year, and last year was great. But at the end of the day, we still have too much, and we still have to continue to work closely with our community so we can make a real dent. I mean, I had a conversation with one of your colleagues with another station, and we talked about crime in comparison to a place like LA. 4 million people, but yet fewer homicides. So when you talk about violence, that's something that's a continued work in progress. But the good news is we are moving the needle in the right direction. We have a community that now says, you know what, we have confidence in this police department. And that was a big issue coming in the door. So we want to make sure that we're still maintaining those relationships so we can keep pushing the confidence. And that's important to me, service. It's all about service.
Well, having you out in those streets and being so present, that's that unsaid confidence that residents are receiving from you, sir. And speaking of areas that need some assistance right now, there's a new sketch today targeting teens on the west side. Talk about your efforts to get this guy.
You know, we've been working that case very diligently. The investigators, our special operations units, we are going to find him, I'm convinced. I mean, just like we had that serial rapist from some weeks ago that our specialized units went out, found him. He can't hide. He can shave his beard, he can cut his hair. We will find you, and if he's watching this new newscast, beware.
Yeah.
And somebody, and the good news is we want to get him before this thing becomes worse. You know, he's made several attempts, and that's just not acceptable.
Certainly not.
But we are asking and continue to ask for the community support and help.
Chief, one last question for you, and this is a sticky one, though. Officer DeLoma Stone, Chief, are you worried you have an officer in trouble with the law again? I mean, what kind of message does this send to our community, and what are you going to do about it?
Well, we've already started what we're doing. I mean, in fact, she was charged with a misdemeanor that was pending. In fact, she has a pretrial hearing tomorrow. She was on a restricted duty basis. She had no contact with the public. We were trying to get her some help, and now she's facing yet another charge. I mean, there's something called due process. And so she's suspended at this time. We'll see what happens in the criminal, but she's still got to face department charges. So I think the steps that we're taking right now are appropriate. And, but at the same time, we also need to get her some help, and we're working on that part of it as well.
All right, Chief. Keeping those steps moving forward. We appreciate your time and efforts serving the city of Detroit. Thank you for joining us today, as always.
Thank you. Look forward to the next time.
All right, bye, Chief.